Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Colman Domingo.
Things come at the time that you need it, trust me. Art will come when you need it. That right role will come when you actually need that role for your life.
Coleman, welcome back to the SCAD Savannah Film Festival, and congratulations on your Spotlight Award.
Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I appreciate it.
Sing Sing has such an enduring message about the liberation found in creativity, and your co-stars are graduates of the Rehabilitation Through the Arts program. You were actually collaborating with men who have such a personal relationship to the story.
That was actually part of the beautiful gift of this film, is to have people who had the lived experience of actually being a part of a program like that. You know, about making plays and becoming a practitioner in this art form, but it gave them so much more. They started to do the work of true healing and rehabilitation on their souls, and so they can actually become different and really take those skills as well out into the world. I know how much art has worked in my life and what it's given me. I thought, wow, I wanted to be a part of creating a film like this.
Very powerful, very
Thank you.
powerful. Your character in Sing Sing says, "Dying is easy, comedy is hard," a line which I believe you wrote.
Yes, I did. I said that line in there specifically, but I also meant sort of like those bigger feelings like playing rage or anger. That's actually very easy. Anger, you just want to burn everything down. To play dying, you can die easily on stage. Comedy, you've got to do more detailed work, really. You have to do it by the numbers. It's math, it's science, it's whether you face out or whether you turn. It's all these other things that go into comedy. Dying is easy. Comedy is hard.
Well, I would think all of it's hard, but, but you're the expert. I'll have to agree with you. The industry changes so quickly, and the historic studio system might not be what it is today when our SCAD students graduate. Your versatility has given you some unique insights. What do you think is the future of the film business?
I think the film business and the media itself is really trying to figure out who it is and what it is. I really do think students could continue to think about how do they take control of their destiny in creating art, whatever way it is. These days, you have many ways to access that. You know, you have programs on your phone and your iPad that you can actually make full feature films.
Yes.
Give yourself permission and liberate yourself. And I think you can be the next leaders in this industry. I think it's all dismantled.
That's what I was wondering.
I think it's all being dismantled because everyone's getting story in their own unique ways.
Every time I feel good, I think it'll last forever. But it doesn't.
Nothing lasts forever.
Everyone admires your performance as Ali in Euphoria. Such a beautifully written and acted character. What are some of your favorite moments of Ali's wisdom?
Some of my favorite moments of Ali's wisdom is when he's confronted with that vicious demon of addiction that Zendaya's character has.
Yes.
It challenges him. He already told the audience that he was a recovering addict himself.
Yes.
So you're watching him constantly have to rethink and how am I going to, respond to this young woman? And sometimes she takes him outside of himself.
You're not gonna report me to the state or something?
I'm not a guidance counselor. I'm just a crackhead who's trying to do a little good on this earth before I die.
Sam Levinson, our director-writer, we had a talk a while ago where I wanted to make sure that Ali wasn't always sort of Buddha. I wanted to remind people that he is human and he hurts like everyone else and he's trying. As we are going to embark on season 3 in January, I'm hoping that we see some of the seams that are being pulled apart, with Ali, because he's a human being.
Coleman this way, Coleman.
You're a style icon and are co-chairing the 2025 Met Gala.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, what do you hope people learn from the Tailoring Black Style theme?
First of all, I think it's an extraordinary theme. It's really talking about examining style of Black men throughout the ages. Because I recognize it just in my own life that I grew up with very working class men who may not have had a lot of money, but style is something you don't need money for.
True.
I was always taught that. Anything that amplifies a different idea about a Black and brown man is really satisfying to me. As someone who lives in the skin, it's important for me to always show people something that they may not have ever thought about which is like black male style and tailoring, and how that evolves and where does it come from. Or why does he sit like that? Why does he wear his hat to the side like that? Where does that come from? What is his armor? What is his protection? What is he saying to the world? Is he peacocking or is he defending himself? Or is he like smashing tropes of masculinity, you name it? So I love the idea that it's going to unpack all of that in a unique and fashionable way. And I'm excited to be a part of it.
It's got a buzz already.
It's got a huge buzz, which is awesome.
You created an impressive panorama of distinct characters, but personally, I can't wait for your upcoming Nat King Cole biopic.
Thank you.
As writer, director, and lead actor, what are you most looking forward to about that?
I went down the rabbit hole of Nat King Cole some years ago where I wrote a musical called Lights Out Nat King Cole that will actually make its New York debut this spring. I have always saw Nat King Cole as sort of a revolutionary. So I wanted to work in the film space and tell a story, sort of a kissing cousin to my musical. But it's still very much sort of a dark night of the soul for Nat King Cole. I always thought if someone really knew about sort of a lot of the complicated struggles and dreams and aspirations of Nat King Cole, they can think of it differently now.
It's easy to see why I happen to be so blue. 'Cause the trouble with me is you.
You know, everyone feels warm and fuzzy about the idea of the 1950s. It all looks beautiful, you know, but when we really uncover that time period, what were women's rights? How were black people treated? Was it a good time for everybody? It looks amazing, but like for me, I like the idea of examining Nat King Cole, whether in a film version or whether it's in a musical, as sort of a Trojan horse, you know, or a birthday cake with a bomb inside.
Ooh. Wow, well, that doesn't sound nostalgic. That sounds like
it's
going to be a conversation.
It's sort of breaking through nostalgia. That's what it is. Examining an American icon. It's like setting something up for us to have a deeper discussion and also entertain with some good music.
Yes, of course. Yeah. What can you tell us about your rendition of Joe Jackson and the fascinating Jackson universe?
I can tell you that I can't wait for people to see this film. In particular, I wanted to examine Joe Jackson as a father, as someone who was from a blue-collar family who was doing all that he could to create some of the most incredible performers that this planet has ever seen.
Yes.
Like any family, like any human, very complicated. But also I think that's why there's an incredible story to tell there. So we can really, you know, because there's a court of public opinion, whether it's on Michael, any of the Jacksons, there's lots of conversation around them. And I think all we can do is try to tell a compelling story so you can understand them and all their flaws and all their dreams. And again, I think the thread of all my work is to make us feel more alike than unalike.
I agree. Well, Coleman, I look forward to your portrayals of Nat King Cole and Joe Jackson and the soundtracks.
Okay, good.
And inviting you back here to the festival.
Thank you.
You're so beloved at SCAD, and I thank you so much for giving so generously to our students.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. It's very meaningful.
Thank you.
Thank you.